to the Armand Wiggins Show, where it's a lot going on. We discuss music, drama, celebrity gossip, pop culture, and everything in the entertainment world.
That's how we already know.
Stay tuned right here as we spill the tea, sip some tea, all raw for your enjoyment. Now grab your cup and buckle up.
Ooh. What's going on?
Welcome to the Armand Wiggins Show.
Now, why would they bring that back? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Armand, and we are back with another video. I'm like, what's going on in my mouth right now? All right, so we're here. We're back. We're live. Hold on, let me switch the way to this because I didn't like how that was doing.
Welcome to.
All right. We back because that thing was on some other shit. But welcome. You know, I kid you not, every time I take like 2 days off and I come back on Mondays, like Mondays are always like the roughest days. Like I forget how shit goes down. Like it's like the biggest technical glitches that we have on the show, literally on Mondays. Well, anyway, hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Welcome to the Armand Wiggins Show. We have a lot to talk about. We got to get into some things. Today's really a good day. I want to first start out by saying if you are a returning subscriber, welcome. And if you are a new subscriber, hello.
Hello, motherfucker.
And so shout out to the people that are listening to this on YouTube. Shout out to the people that will listen to this and are currently going to be listening to this on Spotify or iTunes or anywhere else our podcast is hosted. So if you would like to actually subscribe on other sites, we are now on iTunes and Spotify and Podbean. So I'm going to get the actual link before we get too far into the show. I'm going to give you a link to the link tree so that you guys can actually pick which works best for your... Uh-oh, it might not do it, huh? Oh, wow. Well, the link tree, if it doesn't let me do it on here, it'll be in the description box, okay? Because we got to move on with the show, and so you can pick which way it's best for you to listen on your device. Because I know on like iTunes, on Androids, you can't listen to it. So we got it on Spotify, and we are on Podbean and other places like that. So hit the link in the description box and get to listening on the go in the car. Okay? All right. Now let's get into some things. All right. So a lot of people have been wanting me to talk about this Blac Chyna situation, this Blac Chyna show, and so we are going to talk about the real Blac Chyna. You know, we've been probably the only site that's been covering this from the beginning. I actually interviewed Freshie, the publicist, before the show even came out. So I've been following this story before anybody else was following this story and knew that this show was going to be something to talk about. Okay. And so with that being said, I didn't talk about it last week. And you know why I didn't talk about it last week is because I'm starting to feel like I'm not sure if this show is real, fake, or a cast full of just clout chasing opportunists. And so today we are going to have a conversation about that and decide which one do we think it is, because I feel like a piece of it's real, I feel like a lot of it's fake, and I feel like majority of the cast are all clout chasers, opportunists. Okay? I mean, this is going to be one of them shows that nobody's probably going to like, because I'm really passionate about this, and I really feel some type of way because I feel like this is a lot of the buffoonery going on regarding this show. Okay, so let's just start with the fact that first let's start with the fact that Tokyo Tony is back in the picture. Shout out to Tokyo Tony. Maybe I should have a picture of Tokyo Tony. Let me get a picture of Tokyo Tony. It's Tokyo Tony. And by the way, if you haven't checked out that Tokyo Tony interview, I'm telling you, that's one of my favorite interviews. Legendary. It's definitely her best interview. So Tokyo Tony is back in the picture, okay? And Treasure, Jamal, the rest of the team, they have all up and left and quit and whatever the case may be. So Tokyo Tony is back, and I think this is a good thing. I think one of the only genuine people on the show is Tokyo Tony. I think she's probably the realest on the show. And the reason why I think Tokyo Tony's probably the realest on the show is because Tokyo Tony has kept the same energy from day one. She's always been hard. She's always been ruthless. She's always not been unfiltered and not given an F. Okay? No one else has maintained that same energy. Tokyo Tony has maintained that same energy. And Tokyo Tony's whole thing was, I don't want them people around. I would be around, but I don't need Treasure, Jamal, any of these yes men around ruining my daughter. Okay? And so now that they have all shown their hands, Tokyo Tony has reappeared in the picture. So let's start with the positive. I'm really, really happy to see Tokyo Tony and Blac Chyna. Let's see if we can pull up this. Oh, look at this.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, Mom.
Wait, I gotta get you a hug. I'm so happy you guys are. Yes, me too. I have to stay in the background, but I want this, so yay.
Okay, so I'm here for that. I'm here for Tokyo Tony and Chai Chai. Oh, let me see. I got a better picture of them. I tried that. Here we go. So Tokyo Tony and Chyna is back. I'm here for that. I really want them to win. I really want them to win. I really hope that this works out. My only fear is it's not Tokyo Tony. My fear is actually Blac Chyna, because number one on the Clout Chaser list is her. Okay. Yep. You guys probably didn't think I was going there, but let's get into it. Oh, y'all don't think celebrities can be Clout Chasers? Oh, please. In an Alexis Sky kind of world with a summer bunny on the rise, Blac Chyna has to maintain her relevancy. Like, don't get it twisted. These people think you think because these people have money and this, that, and the third. No. Money is just a portion of it. These people like the fame. These people like to be talked about. It's the social media of it all. It's the unbothered candidness of it all. It's the whole thing it's the whole ideal of chaos is going on in my personal life. It's all over the media, and I can post an ad on Instagram like none of this is going on. It's like that unbotheredness that we start to exude now. Like, the world is talking about me. Let me go in here and show them that I don't care, and make and be fierce. You know how they do. When you got drama going on in your life, even in our personal lives, somebody's talking bad about us, or we got some mess going on in our personal lives, then we'll post a picture on Instagram, try to act like, we're unbothered or unfazed or unscathed by what's going on. And to some of these public figures and celebrities, that's part of the whole Hollywood-ism. It's like, ooh, have all the blogs be going crazy and and then when the people come to my page, it looks like I'm not addressing anything. So that's where Blac Chyna's at. This whole show was supposed to be about learning, who Angela White is and who Angela really is. And really, we literally got what the show's name is, The Real Blac Chyna. We're getting Blac Chyna. We're not getting any Angela here. We're getting Blac Chyna, the reality show. This doesn't seem like a documentary, and just doesn't feel like the businesswoman. This feels like, let's get messy with all the people that are in her life. And you know what? I'm not mad. I'm just calling it for what it is. This is entertaining. We're talking about it. I'm here for it. But it seems like she took a turn for the ratings, or not really ratings, for the subscriptions, for the views, for the entertainment of it all. And for the controversy of it all, for the shade room of it all, for the blogs of it all. So my biggest thing is, I just hope in this situation that she doesn't burn Tokyo Tony. And what I mean by burning Tokyo Tony is that, in my opinion, I personally feel as though Blac Chyna brought Tokyo Tony in, number one, because Tokyo Tony is like 50% of the show, number one. And then number two, with the rest of the cast leaving, who else are you going to have? You need your mother. So I just hope that she doesn't, if the producers over at Zeus are like, all right, it's time to make a turn where it's time to exploit Tokyo Tony, like, let's do it. And Blac Chyna is like, all right, let's go for it. I feel like Blac Chyna, everybody's expendable at this point for her show to be a success in her eyes. She doesn't really care about anybody. We've clearly seen, I don't know if you, okay, now this was really, really interesting. So I watched last night, and I'll tell you something. I like her, but this chick is weird. I'm gonna tell you, this chick got some issues, and I'm glad that she's going to she's like weird in a sunken place kind of way. Like, she's like a kid, like she's got like a kid mentality, and then she's got and I don't know if she's on drugs or not. I'm not gonna put that out there, but then she's like she's like zooted out of her mind. Like she was like, like she's like, like she talked like a kid sometime, and then like she like fidgety, and then she was particularly in the car. I don't know if she was drunk. I don't know what she was, but she was in the car on her way to the skate party that Jamal was throwing, and we'll get to that. To the skate party that Jamal was throwing after she had left Wildin' Out, and she was talking about how she was hungry, and then she was talking about how she was going, kill the show or whatever, and then she looked like she was like out of it. Like, I don't know if she was high, drunk, but it was a clip right there. You like, what is wrong with her? This chick is out of her mind. And it's like when she be talking, it's like there's no expression. It's just like a blank. And it's like, girl, you've really sold your soul. And it's like, it's really unfortunate when you really think about it, because it's like, it's not that much Hollywood in the world. It's not that serious to be. It's not that much Hollywood to me. Like, I could never be that Hollywood to where it's like, I'm acting like life is not happening in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just acts like things are not happening. As if, like, like, girl, wake the up. Like, wake up. Like, somebody needs to be like, wake up. Like, are you asleep? Where are you? I don't know. I was watching. I'm like, damn, she's like, what is wrong with her? So, I don't know. So, I noticed that about her. I do like her, though. I do like her, but I can't deny the fact that she is like in La La Land. You know what I mean? Like, or if she's there, she has no facial, like literally the eyes are gone. She's like, she thinks that she's always on. Like, in her mind, she's Blac Chyna all day, and whatever that means, because it's really like, girl, you're still a regular human being. You eat, piss, shit, and you're gonna die like everybody else. You give them like, girl, don't let the Hollywood lifestyle. I mean, I don't know. She's gotten so far gone in it. She really thinks that that's reality. And so when reality starts to happen in front of her, she just is like gone. I can't get with that. I'm not into that. So that's the first thing. So I just hope that she doesn't screw over Tokyo Tony when, there's no more content left. Because it seems as though Blac Chyna is exploiting anybody and everybody that will film with her or that's close with her for the content. If the producers say, hey, we're losing out on subscriptions, we got to spicing it up, she'll throw somebody under the bus. Somebody will get sacrificed. Then she'll pretend like, you know what? When they start to speak out, she doesn't know that it's happening. And then all of a sudden, she goes and grabs Tokyo Tony from the back. However, I don't mind her grabbing Tokyo Tony. I'm here for Tokyo Tony. I'm in support from Tokyo Tony. Even though Tokyo Tony, I don't know. When I did that interview with Jamal Tokyo, one of my moderators had to actually block Tokyo Tony because Tokyo Tony was telling Jamal to stop doing the interview and to go on a larger platform. So when things like that happen, I'm like, is this real or is this fake? So why would you tell him to stop interviewing here and then to go to a larger platform when he's saying that your daughter is on all kind of substances and that she's been trying to sleep with him? So Tokyo Tony, like, you're gonna have to explain that to me because I don't understand, why you would say that. So, and then I didn't talk about this last week because they drugged that Wendy Williams episode out way too far. And another side note, the people that are doing the editing, tell them to turn down that music sometimes. The music is way too loud. And then when they do that dramatic, like, boom, sometimes I'm thinking like something serious is going to happen. And then Blac Chyna busts out laughing or something. Like, they got to fix where they, the sound. Like, it's not placed properly. It's like, fix that. Because it's like, it takes me, they try to make this like cinematic moment, but it's like, that I feel like I'm going into some serious moment right there, and then it's like, oh, we're just having lunch, so I'm like confused. But anyway, that's something totally different. I mean, I don't know, because I'm not like the sound engineer or anything, but I was just saying like my emotions was going up and down, because the sound, the music and stuff takes you along the journey, and sometimes it would take me, left and right turns. Like, so y'all got to get that together. Now, when we get into so I'm here for Tokyo Tony. Oh, and of course Treasure. Oh, I don't even have a picture of Treasure. Let me get a picture of Treasure, because we'll start with her too. Yeah, and Treasure apparently doesn't like me. I don't give a darn. Listen, Treasure, I don't like you, and I don't want you to interview up here anyway. So you don't got to tell nobody you're not interviewing me, because I don't want you up here.
Stupid.
So somebody go send her that message. Treasure's a coward. Treasure didn't want to tell everybody that she got that $20,000. She was collecting all that money. Treasure, I said it since episode 2, day 1 of doing this review, you needed to be watched, and I was right about you. And so it is what it is. We don't want you up here. You've been trash. You are trash. You're always going to be trash, and we don't want to talk to you anyway.
Stupid.
Now, how about that? No, seriously. We don't want to talk to Treasure. What are we going to talk to Treasure about? Absolutely nothing. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of Treasure. I like Treasure so sometimes. But I'm just saying, like, we don't want to talk to Treasure. She told somebody, I'm not going there. Girl, I don't care. Oh, you know what? I got the cast right here. Let me just do this. Hold on. Okay, bull. Okay. So Treasure let's start. So we're at Blac. We done Blac Chyna. Now let's go to Treasure. Treasure doesn't like me. Okay. Treasure feels as though, and Treasure doesn't like Tokyo Tony. So Treasure is jealous. Treasure's upset that they're back together. Now Treasure went on a series of tweets and deletes. So I didn't get them all. But then Treasure was basically, throwing shade at Tokyo Tony. And I guess Tokyo Tony made a video about, when Treasure went and spoke out and, said all this stuff. Tokyo Tony went and posted on her YouTube page. I don't have the clips, but from the interview, if you haven't seen the interview, which is one of my favorite interviews, I will say one of the best interviews we've done on this show. And Tokyo Tony is by far one of her best interviews. If you haven't seen it, it is on iTunes. You can listen to the podcast on iTunes. If somebody can get that podcast link, please, on that iTunes direct link, can you post that in the chat so the people can actually listen to the show on iTunes and Spotify if you would like? So yeah, we're plugging ourselves here. So yes, we're not only on YouTube anymore. And listen, quickly, we want you guys to listen on there because I will be doing I'll have some of my friends coming over and we'll be doing podcasts and they won't be uploaded to YouTube. So you want to be whether you're on Spotify, whether you're on Apple Music, whatever, you want to actually subscribe on there because there's going to be specific content for that as well. So, we're trying to get on them charts, baby. So make sure you guys listen. And a lot of you guys like to listen on the go, and it's a lot easier than pulling up a YouTube video. But anyway, she don't like Tokyo Tony. And Tokyo Tony is back. And so she was throwing shade at Tokyo Tony. Tokyo Tony made a video about Treasure, talking about how basically Treasure's trash, this, that, and the third. Tokyo Tony has really literally said everything she felt about Treasure in my last live stream. In our interview. So if you haven't watched it, go back and watch that. So Treasure took to her Instagram and she was threatening if Tokyo Tony doesn't leave her alone, she's really going to start talking. She's going to really start out in the business, this, that, and the third. Treasure. You've been doing it. You've been out in the business. She also tweeted this. Let me see if I can pull it up. This is what she put in her story. I'm going to just leave this here. If I've been around for darn near 13 years and you say you and Chyna been on off terms for the last 3 years because, but I'm keeping you away from her, don't seem like I'm the reason y'all fell out. Maybe it's because you wanted to be a Kardashian and you got mad when you couldn't run up to take fan pics no more. So she's basically trying to say Tokyo Tony was upset with Blac Chyna because Blac Chyna messed the whole situation up between her and Rob, it messed that Kardashian Jenner family relationship up. I don't know. That was just a little shade. She said a lot more. I just feel like Treasure is jealous, and I feel like Treasure is a clout chasing opportunist too. Because what I don't like about Treasure is everything was cool with the editing, and this was for a lot of them. Everything was cool with the editing when it made Tokyo Tony look bad, and when Tokyo Tony was talking about how the editing was bad and how she was being exploited. But then Treasure, when she didn't like the way that she looked, very thirsty, very naggy, very much useless as far as being helpful, very much just want to be involved but don't do anything, very much blocking business and collecting $20,000. Now it's the editing. Oh, the editing is horrible. They are making her look like the network Zeus, the editing is horrible. Why would they edit it like that? Why would they do that to her? This is not real. This is all fake. Oh, really? You think? Really? Oh, now it's fake. Now it's not real. Oh, shut up. I'm over her too. She's trash. She's been trash. Treasure, you are trash. Yeah, the truth came out. Why she don't want nobody to get. I told you she don't like nobody getting close to Chyna. I wouldn't want nobody getting close to Chyna either. At any given moment, I can get 20,000 bands. Shit, nigga. Come on, what you saying? Are you gonna let's be real? Are you gonna let somebody come in and get and get possibly moving your way and get $20,000? I'm sure she probably didn't want Tokyo around because Tokyo gonna ask for a little bit of change. And rightfully so. And Chyna should split some of that money, whatever. It's her mother. So Treasure probably was like, shit, I'm not about to let her get over here and take my meal ticket. I got kids, a husband, a family, this, that, the third. And we want this $20,000. And what another thing I don't like about Treasure. Treasure kept trying to throw shade like, I have a family that loves me. Chyna, you don't really know how to be loved. Well, obviously, she knew how to love you enough to give you $20,000 and you accepted. So with you and your family and your husband and your man, whoever it is, and all the family love and support that you got, they still ain't gave you no money. Oh, okay. You guys know I do not like Treasure. She is a victim. She plays the victim. She's shady. She's like, I don't feel her. I have not felt her since day one. I told y'all this, and it's coming out. Listen, I'm very intuitive. I pegged her from the minute. She's the fool. Okay, so let's move on. So then there's Ashton. I like Ashton. I don't think he's a clout chaser. He could still be a little bit of a liar though, because I do think he's a liar. I think they're all liars, but so apparently he doesn't work for her. He doesn't work for her. He stopped working for her back in June. Now, we did the interview. He didn't say that, but I guess, it was for the show. But he had been stopped working for Blac Chyna, allegedly. I don't know if he works for her still. I really don't know, because I feel like he still might be in her house. You know what I mean? So I don't know how that works. But I do like him because throughout all the mess, he has not said anything. So I don't think that he is the clout chaser. He's been just working on his YouTube. He's been doing his thing. And so I think he's the most level-headed when it comes to like being in this situation. He's playing his cards right. So whether he works for her or he's not, he's leaving the doors open to be back. I think he just likes to, make his videos, do his surgeries, and do his skincare. I think he's still in to a certain degree. That's why he's not doing a lot of talking. And then there's the publicist. Oh, girl, the publicist. Complete liar. The publicist, and I'm not, don't the publicists just look shady? Don't he look like one of them, you know how them black men be, or like them con artists, them like, the men that be trying to be professional, or like them bean pie salesmen or them used car salesmen. Like the publicists just look hella schemy to me. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, just scheming all the time on the low, and it's just like, just always look sneaky. But anyway, I actually like his. I think that his work ethic is great. I think that he's great at, as far as what he does. I think that he does a great job. But I don't think that this was work. I think this is still a little bit of a clout chase move, because Bubbles is a little bit of a narcissist. Let's just be clear. I mean, outside of anything else, I mean, he was more concerned with telling people how much square foot his office is, and how all the contacts were his, and then he went out, not for nothing, and he's on the blogs. He's speaking out. He's saying he goes on different lives and say he quit, then he says he's not quitting, then he goes and says he quits, then he's trying to, like, it's like, what are you doing? And then even him, they're making me look like I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional. Well, nobody had this energy for Tokyo Tony. Everybody just let it ride when it was Tokyo Tony. Sometimes not saying anything just makes you just as guilty. He didn't say anything negative about Tokyo Tony, but he let that ride. But then when it came down to him and his unprofessionalism, even though you could see him cursing out the camera, giving a lot, boasting and bragging and being a narcissist, then it was the editing. Now, let him tell you he's been getting paid, but Jamal was spilling all the tea, and nobody's getting paid. So this is what I'm saying. That's why it's for clout. Nobody's going to deal with all this stuff and be in all this drama and not be getting paid. And nobody was getting paid. So why would you sit here and endure all this stuff? I don't care. You can act like you don't need Blac Chyna, or you got this, you have that, and the third. Well, if I was so this and that and didn't need it, I wouldn't be doing it for free. You've seen a benefit in it for you. Everybody's seen a benefit in it for them, but the cards did not fall the way that they thought they were going to fall. So now they're speaking out. Is it their fault? No, because like I told you, I feel like Blac Chyna is going to do what she has to do for her. None of them are really loyal to each other at all. It was a horrible team to begin with. Oh, y'all got me talking today. But my whole thing is, why? So you're in your huge office, you have all these connections, and you don't need this, and you're not going to deal with this, and you don't have to put up with this, that, and the third, but you're doing it for free. Allegedly. I don't know if that to be fact or true. I don't know. I'm not there. No one has told me anything. I don't know if it's true or false, but I know what I heard Jamal say. And I know Jamal told me he wasn't getting paid. And I heard from another source outside of Jamal that he wasn't getting paid. So we're just going to go with the fact that allegedly nobody was getting paid. And then we know that Tokyo Tony said she was getting, 30 cents or 3 cents per subscription. So, because she going to make sure she getting something. So, that's that on that. I just kind of feel like you doing all the speaking out, and then I just feel like she just got a team of people that have their own agendas. The publicist wants to be a celebrity himself in a sense, where he wants to get a bunch of attention. Treasure just wants to, she wants to be around and live this lifestyle and collect money, but not do anything. And then there's Jamal, which I like Jamal. I just don't understand Jamal. Here's the thing about Jamal. I don't think that Jamal really wants to do the Hollywood stuff. I think that Jamal has an okay body. I mean, he has a nice body and an okay face. He's got his top teeth done. So I think that, and I think he's pretty credible in Atlanta. So I think that, he has a strong enough following there in Atlanta where, he feels as though, he doesn't really need anybody or anything like that. And so he's kind of happy in a sense, but I definitely don't think that he, like, this entertainment business, like being a manager or something like that, I don't think this is for him, because the rants that he's been going on is crazy. I'm not going to play the videos because they will get me completely demonetized. I mean, literally, I just posted a video on my Instagram if you guys want to see it. Him saying that Chyna asked to see his penis. Chyna wanted to see how big it was. Basically saying that when they were in New York after Blac Chyna did Wendy Williams, she was drunk walking around the cities of New York, and Medina had to follow her, try to look for her. He said he was looking for her, just exposing everything. And he said that he doesn't do drugs or doesn't drink or anything like that, but it feels like he gets a little courage from somewhere. Then he gets on Instagram and he does these rants and starts exposing Blac Chyna. And then at the same time, we'll be like, he'll still work with her. Now, particularly in this last episode, which was the episode that aired yesterday, episode 7, I also realized something about Jamal. There's a little bit of a clout chase there, too, because, listen, he is the one that brought Tokyo Tony and Blac Chyna together. However, it was for his event, for his skate event. So I don't really think that it was more so, I want to bring Blac Chyna and Tokyo Tony together because they should be together. It was more so, I want to have Blac Chyna booked and Tokyo Tony booked at my skate party so it could look good for me because this is my brand. He kept telling Blac Chyna, this is my brand. You need to be on time. And he was saying like, oh, well, I have people flying from New Jersey. I have people flying from, driving from out of town. And like, so she needs to be on time. And, is she going to be willing to take pictures? And it doesn't sound like that he was paying her. So it sounded like a favor. However, it also sounds like he promised that these people that's coming from out of town, that he can get them in with Blac Chyna. You know how people do. I can get you a picture with her. I can, he pulled the industry game of like, I have connections. I can get you in. So just come. But then meanwhile, he's trying to make sure like, should you really, really come in? So this was all about him and his little parties that he throws in Atlanta. I think his Atlanta presence is more important to him than being Blac Chyna. Not for nothing. I love gay men. I'm a gay guy too. But you got to be very cautious sometimes because but rightfully so, because for a long time, we've been playing the back and being the help and the assistance to a lot of these women, and we don't get the credit that we deserve. So I will say, not for nothing, we do deserve our credit. However, it seems like majority of these men want to be the forefront of their own thing, and they don't want to be behind the scenes. They want to be a celebrity in their own right. And there's no way that they're going to really honestly work with you or be able to work for you when they don't want to be the help. I really don't think Jamal gave two craps about Blac Chyna or her brand. I think he cares more about his brand and his parties and how he looks to the boys that he wants to be attractive to. Honestly. and he got the top row of his teeth done. That's now, and that was free. I just don't understand. That's a whole other thing though. If you got your teeth done, why did they only do the top? Why did they didn't do the bottom? That's why sometimes you got to pay for stuff in this world. So with that being said, I'm just not sure. Like, I just kind of feel like, it's 50-50. Some of this is real. I do feel like the falling out is real, but I'm just like, at what cost? And I do feel like, honestly, mostly everybody, excluding Tokyo Tony and maybe Ashton, and most of everybody on the show was cloud chasing in a certain kind of way. And then I think for Tokyo Tony, she wants to be close to her family. Yes, Tokyo Tony wants a little bit of attention, but Tokyo Tony also want to be too close to her daughter, and she want a little money. I think Ashton wants to be able to get picked, pulled, plucked, lipoed, and look like he's in Beverly Hills and stuff like that, and live a luxurious lifestyle. I feel like Treasure, how I feel about her. She want the money. She want to be like, I'm Blac Chyna's asshole. She wants to be that. And then I think that the publicist wants to be like, I'm the publicist and I do this. I have this contact. I'm this, and I'm this, and I'm this, and I'm that. And then Jamal just want to look good to the boys in Atlanta, like, oh, Jamal's so booked and busy and he runs businesses. Like, so everybody has their own agenda. So then when you're not stroking people's egos and people's egos feel like they're being came for, then they start coming out and exploiting and exposing and talking bad. Because Blac Chyna also has, I'm Blac Chyna. Do you know who I am? I will, I'll go cry in my mouth in my Rolls Royce. You niggas can Uber home, And so the girls start getting catty. I mean, you got one female and 4 gay boys. Oh, then you got the makeup artist sliding his little 15 seconds to 30 seconds shade in there. So everybody's being a bunch of catty queens. This is a mess. This is a mess. This is a mess. Period, Paul.
Stupid.
Why did y'all get me started today? All right. Oh, I did a lot of talking. All right. Let me take let's do a couple calls. I guess I really wanted to talk about that today, huh? I have went in slightly. The number is 563-999-3658. Child, y'all be on here. All right. First caller, 904-6603. You're live on the air. Don't curse. If you curse, I'm hanging up on you. And turn me down. Okay, that caller's not ready. All right. 678-7799. You're live on the air. Hello? Okay, they can't hear me. Let me see if this 347-7677. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, don't curse, okay? So what's going on?
I won't. Throw the whole team away and start over again. I mean, I've never seen a bunch of people that don't know what they're doing. They're just like, listen, let's just think of a show to make, and we'll just wing it and make it seem like we know what we're doing. And I love it because it's a mess and it's entertaining. But you can tell these are not really professionals. I mean, come on. They're not real professionals.
No.
Yeah, they're just like bootlegged people. They probably was like her friends. They were like, let's do this. I know this one can do this, that one can do that, and we'll just wing it.
And we'll make a show, and we'll all get clout. We'll all make a show.
Right.
We'll all come together, and we'll make this a show.
Exactly. And then Chyna's getting frustrated because she's not being treated like the Kardashians and stuff. You know, her hair wasn't done right. Her makeup wasn't done right. So she was pissed off. Like, listen, I'm a star here, and you got hair all in my face. So I saw the frustration with her, like, you know, dealing with unprofessionals, you know. But I'm glad that she's back with Tokyo Tony.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, blood is thicker than water, honey. And those people should have been smart enough to know, don't go against mama. Stick with mama, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Chyna's going to go back to her mom's, no matter what.
And I do feel like she really loves her mother.
Yeah, of course, but the girl is not over there.
No.
And the mother's giving her tough love.
Yes. Thank you, caller.
Tough love. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. 858-2358. You're live on the air. Hello?
Hi, Mom.
Hey, what's going on?
Can you hear me? Okay, so I do want to say I feel like the publicist is a little unprofessional, and I've seen the scene where she was like tripping out about her makeup and her clothes. I kind of understood it because I think I've acted that way before when something isn't right, and you know that you have a time frame to get there, and then being woken up early and stuff is still not going right. I don't know what their point is of coming out and saying, because that's very unprofessional.
Right.
Because whether you're getting paid or not, I wouldn't do my friend like that. If my friend acted like that with me, I would never get on social media and say, oh, my friend was doing this or my friend was doing that. I'm going to do what normal people do, and I might talk to somebody else about it, but I'm never going to get on social media and make videos, go on live as I'm getting ready to get put out, or I'm getting myself to leave and say, oh, she's doing coke and she's doing all this. And then for him to say all that and still say, oh, well, if Zeus wasn't there, I would go work for her. Why would you want to work for her if she's sexually harassing you?
Right.
If she asked you how big your penis was or whatever the case may be, what would you want to go work for her again for? It's only if Zeus is not there. Now, I do think that the thing with Tokyo Tony was, I think when Tokyo Tony was saying, like, okay, well, they edited me and made me look this type of way, they didn't care because they felt like, oh, well, they're not doing it to us, because they felt like it was okay for them to exploit her mother and do all of that at that particular point in time, because it didn't have, it didn't have nothing to do with it. Then when they started saying, oh, okay, well, who y'all think y'all?
If you would do it if she would do it to her own mother, she's going to do it to them. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And now they didn't like it.
Exactly. So now y'all mad. Now you guys are mad and want to do all these videos. Quit, move on. If you got all these contacts, you can move on. Jamal, if you make your brand strategic and all of that, then move on and go do what it is that you need to do. But all this getting on social media just be having people thinking they can do whatever they want to do, and that's very unprofessional, because somebody else that's looking at that might want to work with you. Why would I want to work with you? That's all I'm saying. Like, why would I want to work with you if I seen that you did all of this to that person? So,
thank you, caller.
You have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right. 815-0639. You're live on the air.
Hey, Armand, it's Parker Lynn. How you been?
Hey, Parker Lynn. I've been good. How are you?
Good. I want to commend you on such of a great job you're doing with this episode, because I don't watch it, but the guests that you've had to come in, they've been really good, and it's been really entertaining. So I commend you for that. Question, do you think that because they're not getting paid, there's an incentive on the back end? Like, okay, if you do this, I can hook you up with this individual, they can give you a contract, maybe you can get your own reality show or something like that?
I don't know. I mean, it could, honestly, I don't put anything past these people, because I felt like, they weren't getting paid, but then perhaps they were still living in the house. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on with this whole situation, because they're even saying the publicist, like, he literally said that he quit. Then I talked to the publicist. Then he said that he hadn't quit, but I got I sent them a whole video of me showing him where he said he quit. Then he went on a live stream and said that he quit, and that was posted on the blogs and things like that. And I think now he's saying that he still works for her. Then you have Jamal saying that he still wants to work for her. But I think that they're gone because if they weren't there, Tokyo Tony, I don't think would be back. I think Tokyo Tony is the most truth that we will have regarding this situation. But I'm in fear that Tokyo Tony will get burned if need be for the show's views or subscriptions or, for lack of a better term, ratings. I think that Chyna will burn Tokyo if she has to.
But I also thought that the seasons for this show was over, but it looks like they're recording in real time. It's
They're
like,
recording
okay,
in
Saturday
real
just passed,
time.
so-
It's no seasons. There's no end date. They record every weekend.
Oh, okay. News to me. But look, real quick, I don't want to be petty, but the guy Jamal, the nice looking guy,
Yeah.
you said his teeth. Do you know those commercials where you get those temporary fake teeth and you can put them in and they cover your actual teeth?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he has.
No, I think he got their top done, but I don't think the bottom
Did
are
he?
done.
See, that makes your mouth look funny too because your mouth is
Yeah.
going to protrude up top and then not at the bottom.
Yeah, it just
Okay,
it looked.
let me stop
Yeah,
being
that's
petty.
something different. But I just like, why did they only do the top? But anyway, that's something neither here nor there. They weren't paid. I didn't pay for them, and neither did he. So you get what you get. You don't throw a fit. Thank you.
All right, dear.
Bye.
Talk to you later.
All right, let's take a couple more. 217-1703. You're live on the air.
Armand. This
What?
entire show, that entire family is trash. Throw it
Okay.
away, throw it away, throw it away.
What's going on?
First of all, Chyna. You are supposed to be taking the Kim Kardashian route. You guys come from the same culture, which is Scotland, okay? You laid on your backs to get to where you are today. Kim
Okay.
Kardashian, she has set the standards for these thoughts. I mean, her claim to fame was laying on her back. Laying on her back, and look where she is now. It's because she had her mother, and her mother had the right team. Chyna, you had a baby by, what's his name? What's her baby daddy name? The rapper. Lord have mercy. You got a baby by Rob Kardashian, and you have a baby by Tyga. There is no way in heck that you should be on a subscription-based network with this low-budget reality show, and y'all not even getting paid like that. Like, why aren't you on VH1? Why aren't you on BET? Why aren't you on Bravo or E? What is going on? Like, have you been getting too many lip injections and butt injections that the silicone is starting to get into your brain?
Okay.
Is it too much cocaine that's going up your nose? Like, what is going on? And now you're bringing your mother back because everybody is quitting on you. And I honestly believe that Chyna is not doing it. Bringing her mother back is not genuine. She's doing it for clout. And Tokyo Toni loves her daughter so much, but we all know Tokyo Toni is not all the way there in the head. She's not. And I believe she has a little powder problem too, if you know what I'm saying. And it's just
Listen, so I'm not going to put all that on
sad.
people. I don't know what is this. What is with that drug culture? We all like. It seems like everybody likes to put drugs on people. I'm not putting that on these people because I don't know. So I don't want anybody.
Do you think it's mental illness?
I definitely think that it could be a little bit of mental illness. I think there could be some mental trauma. Everything is not drugs. I don't like to put that on everybody.
Something happened in Blac Chyna's childhood that has stunted her from mentally becoming a grown woman. Because the way she behaves, it's not very mature. There's something inside of her that has affected her daily living. And Tokyo Toni knows. She knows. She's not stupid. That's why they keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you know what? I honestly believe Tokyo Toni loves Chyna, but I do believe that Chyna was a rape baby.
Okay.
And I think Tokyo's trying to cover it up. I do. I believe that Chyna was a rape baby.
Okay, not that word. Can't say that word.
I believe that she was a product of trauma. Can I say that?
Yes.
Product of trauma. And I think that Tokyo loves her daughter so much. But I think she lashes out at Chyna because she's like, this is what happened to me. This is why you're here. But I did the right thing by taking care of you. I may not have been the best mother, but at least I chose to be one. You can give me a little bit more respect. And I feel like Chyna believes is this. You put men before me, and I believe something has happened. I believe one of those husbands she's had has done something to Chyna as a little girl, or I believe someone in her family has, and I think it's all covered up. That family needs Ayanna Fix My Life. It's just too much. Too much. too much mental illness, too much
Okay.
trauma.
Right.
We're not going to say drugs, but I believe it's drugs, but you don't want to put it on there, but I do. And too much plastic surgery. Stop the plastic surgery, Chyna. Stop it. Go original. Stop it. You don't have to look like everyone else in Hollywood. I mean, is the silicone going to your brain? You don't want your butt to start leaking like K. Michelle or your breast.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
And the next person you have a baby with, make sure he's a baller, because Rob Kardashian was the lowest one on the totem pole. Come on now. Come on. I'd rather you got with Scott Disick than Rob, fat ass.
Okay. Thank you, caller, because then you keep going. Just thank you. All right. Let's take another caller. Woo, child. 904-6603. You're live on the air. Shout out to my people over there on Facebook. You can find the Armand Wiggins Show on iTunes and on Spotify. Okay, hello?
Hi, Armand.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I just called in earlier, the first call. You hung up on me because you called the number out wrong. That's why I didn't say anything. My bad.
Sorry.
But, okay. But yeah, so first of all, I'm so glad I called after that lady, because that lady is so annoying. She is so judgmental. And if she feels how she feels, I don't understand how that lady watches Blac Chyna or watches that show. She is so judgmental and, oh, she's so obnoxious. But anyways, I just want to get on here and say that I feel like I don't understand what the issue is surrounding this title of clout chasing, because if you look at the definition of what clout actually is, it's not a bad thing to be a clout chaser, because having clout is having a form of influence and stature, and you're able to navigate people. There's nothing wrong with that. In my opinion, it's like, even in the comment section, if you are a rich person in the comment section, that's a form of clout. You have a form of stature over other people in the comments. So I don't see what's the problem with having clout or being a clout chaser, because Chyna's using them, but Chyna is a celebrity, so is Chyna a clout chaser as well?
Yeah, so you were listening from the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I started with her. I said that she was the ultimate clout chaser. And I think
okay.
Yeah, she's the leader of the clout chasers. And I think, yes, clout is not the real term of it. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's, to be, recognized or whatever the case may be. But the way that they're going about getting it is a little bit distasteful, because if you can be a publicist or a manager or an assistant or a best friend, and then you get upset and start claiming you did all this for free, but you don't need this because you have all these contacts and you do this in your other life and you do this, you do that, and the third. Well, don't try to downplay me now that you're upset with me, because you wanted to work with Chyna. They wanted to work with her so bad they were willing to do it for free. So now that they're not happy with her, don't go and start exposing her or trying to downplay it like they were just doing so much better without her and they didn't need to be working with her, because if that was the case, they would have never taken a free position. Who's going to go work for free if you don't feel like you're going to benefit from it?
Well, okay. Well, I have to comment on that, because, and to everybody that's in the comments saying that I'm Treasure, I called in about a month ago and y'all was saying that I was Tasha K. So make up your mind. Am I Tasha K or am I Treasure? Neither one. But I want to say this. I did feel the same way that you felt about Treasure initially. I didn't really care for her and I didn't like her personality on the show. But when she did the live and she explained how the footage was manipulated and everything, I feel as though she did take responsibility for how she was acting on the show.
Okay.
So with the lives that she did after the show, my opinion of her changed. And I do have to say, and I don't know if this is going to be a bad thing or if it's going to be backlash from her, but I personally have a home-based business. I do not know Treasure at all, but I reached out to Treasure and I asked her for some help with my business. She doesn't know me. I can't give her nothing. I don't have anything to give her. She can help me with her position, and she accepted it without asking me for anything. So I do feel like it would be great if you were to interview her so you can get a different side, because I do feel like she's a good person. I feel like they're all good people in their own way, but I don't think she's trash the way that you.
Well,
feel
I
like
wouldn't
she
think
is.
she.
No more.
I wouldn't think she was trash either if she was going to help me build my business, right? She just bought you, so of course you would. Now, if she didn't respond,
no.
if she didn't respond to you, she probably would have been all kind of dumpsters and trash and garbage cans.
No, that's not true, because I have reached out to other people for the same thing I asked Treasure to help me with. I've asked other people, and they didn't say anything, and I still like them. My opinion of her changed, and I reached out to her because my opinion changed. When I didn't like her, I wouldn't have reached out to her and asked her to associate herself with my business. So no, that's not true.
But yeah, so like I'm saying, you know what? But you know that's good. Shout out to Treasure for helping you do that. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that I don't like the way that she handled when the publicist came in. I don't like the way how when she would feel like she needs to be right next to Chyna and she really doesn't do anything to help the situation. I don't like how she knows that Chyna has an anger problem and she can be emotionally imbalanced sometimes. And instead of fixing it or trying to diffuse it, when Chyna's going off on her staff members, Treasure kind of eggs it on. I don't like that.
So you don't think that? Do you think that that's the same thing as the people that follow your channel? Like in the comment section right now, if you look at it, they're all in the comment section bashing me because they don't like what I'm saying. But these are your followers. So are your followers a reflection of you, or are they just individuals who are who they are?
That's totally different. I'm talking about somebody that's in my inner circle, my best friend that really doesn't do anything at all. But you can't even compare that. If you're talking about, I've given a woman $20,000. You know what I mean? Basically giving her a career that she don't have to do anything with. Her career is being one of my friends. You get what I'm saying? And she can't even Treasure wouldn't even let the publicist talk and do his job because she was busy butting in. But then Treasure was like nagging about having to, wipe Chyna's feet off. Like, you know what I mean? I don't like that. That's not something that I'm into. If the manager and the publicist is doing their job, play your position. Don't say anything. That's not your role to say anything at that moment. Why are you arguing with the publicist and the manager when this has nothing to do with you at that point? I don't like that. Why I don't like that she tries to insert herself and stuff. I don't like the fact that because Chyna and Tokyo Tony may be at odds, Treasure feels like that she can talk about Tokyo Tony like a dog, or that she can talk to Tokyo Tony any kind of way. She can insinuate that, she might, pop off on Tokyo Tony. I don't care what nobody say. Me and my mom or me and my dad or whomever, we can not like each other all day long. But I dare one of my friends or my best friend to feel like they're going to tell me that or allude to the fact that they might hit my mother or hit my father. It's going to be a problem. Treasure doesn't understand boundaries. That's what I'm saying about her.
Okay. Well, I'm going to agree to disagree. I feel like with her being around as long as she has been, they're all in some sense of a family. I do agree that there should be respect and boundaries in all relationships, but to me, that just goes to show how long she has been around and been in that lady's life. So.
All right. Thank you, caller.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye. Good luck on your business.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Let's take another caller. 313-4847. You're live on the air.
Hey, Armand.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I just wanted to just kind of piggyback off what the last girl was saying about Treasure. Cause
okay.
I mean, not that I like her. It's not that, one, I want to talk about her business and just like you said, when you were just going off, everything I was thinking about Treasure came out. Just the fact that she feels like she can disrespect, Tony. She feels like she can disrespect the girl publicist. And despite what a lot of people were saying, Freshie was my hero on the episode before last when he had to get her together. Like, girl, you didn't make me. I have my own office.
Right.
girl, you're tripping. And what's crazy is I think that type of behavior, what they were going through, at first I was like, maybe these producers are telling Chyna to act up and act real bossy and nasty for these cameras. But I feel like that's something that she always does to her team. You now y'all remember the one hairstylist was throwing cans and stuff at her car.
Right.
She got legal issues with that. Now she can't talk about it. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if Chyna nutted up on the wrong hairstylist and sister girl was just like, oh, I'm not taking this, and left the house and was throwing stuff at her car. And Treasure's business, like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. But for those of you who don't know, Treasure sells crystals for, like, your punani, you know, to make your vagina like a magical place and whatnot. Yeah, she does that. And it's just like, girl, you got to look at brands. Like, Blac Chyna is not going to be able to push, you know, punani crystals. Like, girl, take your crystals to an Afro-punk festival and sell them there. You feel me? Where you know they're going to sell to that hippie crowd.
And
like,
not for nothing, I don't even feel like I want to buy punani crystals from Treasure. She don't even look like nothing that I would even want to feel like I want my punani to represent.
Like, she pushing out babies at 15, 16, girl. She needs all of the punani healing that she can get. And that's another thing. I said this once when I called a couple weeks ago, and I was saying how it's so funny how the tables have flipped on Chyna's team and Treasure, because it seemed like they was all with it when Tokyo Tony was the villain of the show. Even Treasure was on red carpets and whatnot. Like, yeah, her mother is abusive.
Right.
And you on red carpets for her promoting the show. Also, I do think that they like shot a bunch of scenes in advance. And like y'all were saying, I do think it's like an ongoing reality show. I'm thinking that they done shot scenes in advance and they're just piecing them together in, I guess, different time frames. Because I think Jamal said something about some scene happening, and it was like the first scene they shot. Well, I think I was watching Freshie and Jamal's live. But, you know, I just wanted to kiki and talk about the show. I didn't watch all of, like, last night's episode. I watched some of it. Did you see Lyra Galore's body?
Yes, it looked good. And listen, she
after 3 weeks, baby,
and she was keeping her business very much so under wraps. That was one of the most awkward conversations that was even had on the show, because she was like, "We are not gonna mention my baby daddy. We're not gonna mention QC. No Pete, none of that. Like, we're not talking about none of that." But I get it. So that's why that wasn't even really that.
Oh,
what?
One thing that's crazy is even though, you know, a lot of people look at Lyra and look at Chyna as thoughts, I'm sorry, but it is so refreshing to see these rich black girls with their own little show, and they got high profile baby daddies. For some reason, it's refreshing to see. Like,
well, because we like all that. We like that. We like the body and the bundles and the lashes and the babbage. You know what I mean? Giving all that. Like, of course, that's why we like Blac Chyna. But did you see when Blac Chyna was inside the car, though, when they were talking about Papados? Did you get to that part of the show?
But after the Wildin' Out thing?
Yes, and then they were on their way, I guess, to the skating ring. Oh, you got to watch that. You got to watch that part, because there was a piece of it where she, like, clicked out. Like, she just looked like she was, like, zoned out. It was so weird.
Now, one thing is, they say she do, you know, X, Y, and Z drugs, but I honestly do think she might, you know, because she comes from that era. Like, she's like that Gucci Mane pill popping animal era. Like, after I graduated high school, from like 09 to 011, that's when I first started hearing about Blac Chyna. And I do believe that she was popping in, you know, the little strip clubs. This takes it back to her image, because one girl was talking about, one of your callers was talking about how she wants to be Kim Kardashian, and we gonna keep it real, baby. Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner, they want to look like her.
Right,
like,
I agree.
Kylie Jenner got her whole face did to look like Chyna. To be honest, the banged wigs, the big long banged wigs, Blac Chyna was doing that in DC in 07, 08. Trust and believe, I feel like Lil Wayne saw her in a strip club and probably was like, "Ooh, that'll look fire on a female artist," and gave some of them little tidbits to Nicki Minaj. But that's all I wanted to say.
But thank you for calling. And listen, Listen, not for nothing. I did enjoy Freshie going in, but I think he should have pulled back. I think a little bit of his ego got too far invested.
Oh yeah.
I do think he is a
Yeah,
little
you
bit
got to
of
remember that
ego.
you're still working for somebody.
Well, because at the end of the day, not for nothing, you're still not the talent. You know, I think that's where people get it confused. Like, you have your positions, but you can let her know, but you're still not the celebrity. You know, a lot of these people they forget, they think that, well, I have the content. I'm a celeb. No, like, you're the publicist. You're not the leader. You're part of the crew. You know.
I agree. He was a little unprofessional, but I was glad.
Well, because you thought he was Blac
himself.
Chyna. Well, because I feel like he had to probably do that because she will throw little stuff around. Because like she said, you guys want to go run and cry, I'll go cry in my Rolls Royce. So then you do have to check her, like, girl, don't play with me. Because then I have to start telling you you're not that cute and you're bald headed, you know, all kind of stuff. So start getting petty. All right, thank you. Bye.
All right, I mean.
You know how we can be. The girls can get petty. All right, last caller. 404-2826. You're live on the air.
Hey, Armand.
Hey, what's going on?
I just want to chime in. I'm just now getting into the show, so I have a really unbiased opinion.
Okay.
No tea, no shade. I was just thinking that I feel like Blac Chyna's making a mistake.
Okay.
I feel as though Blac Chyna relationship with Treasure will be better off as strictly friends, but not to mix business in with their relationship. You know, I feel like, well, there's an old saying that, you know, you shouldn't mix business with pleasure, or you shouldn't really hire your friends, because once you hire your friends, it'll kind of ruin the relationship, because once money gets involved, people and the cameras are on them, so everybody is looking for a shine, you know, everyone's looking for that moment, that camera time. And I believe that's what's happening with Treasure, and I believe it's happening with Tokyo Tony, if I'm being completely honest.
Okay. Hey, it's your opinion.
So that's all I have to say.
But listen, thank you for your opinion. We appreciate it here.
All right, Armand.
Bye. Love you too. Bye. Listen, guys, we have about 1,000 people on here right now. Listen, I need you guys all to subscribe to us on iTunes or Spotify. Moderators, please put the links in the comments if you can. So here's the thing, guys. So we're finally on iTunes and Spotify. I'll be uploading specific content to those platforms as well, and we'll be uploading the audio to these recorded videos on there as well. So a lot of you guys have been requesting that. So I'm going to put it on there because I know a lot of you guys like to listen to it on the go and you guys don't want to have the YouTube app open. So we do have it in audio form now. Also, I want to say shout out to the new members that have joined. Shout out to we did a members only live already this month, so we'll probably do another members only next month. Shout out to the new subscribers. I love you guys all. I'm gonna keep watching this show. I'm gonna keep watching. I'm here for it. Today was I just had to get some things off my chest, but so keep me locked in. Make sure you guys also follow me on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, it's at the Armand Wiggins Show. That's usually where the news breaks for us, and then we bring it over here to YouTube, and then we'll be posting it on, iTunes and things like that. And then also over there on Twitter. And if you guys would like to promote, if you have any brands or any clothing, things like that, I'd like to promote brands, music, things like that, email me at the Armand Wiggins Show at gmail.com. All right, y'all. I'm wrapping it up. We're getting out of here.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
We are over 60,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm loving you guys all. Shout out to, being at 61,000. I'm happy. I'm proud, at the time of this video at over 60,000 people. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys, each and every last one of you guys, you subscribers that have subscribed. I value and love each and every one of you for, you know, hitting the button. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Until next time, keep your same energy. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that this is a big clout chase? Do you think that this is real? This is fake? Let me know. Let's talk about it. Leave your comments below. Until next time, keep that same energy, and I'll see you soon. Let me see. Oh my God. Uh-oh.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me.